Well, hello YouTube friends and fans. Today I got a story for you of a monster problem I created. And it told Family Sunday the only thing that would have made it worse was death and destruction. So stick around.
KZ Creations thanks you for watching. Please press the red subscribe button for more featured videos in the future. Now on with the show.
Alrighty, so wife and I decided we're going to get the daughter a cell phone. Been looking into plans. So you already know where this is headed. Well, I found a plan for myself because the wife and I are both on a prepay. Went into AT&T. They were offering $25 a month for basically the same service. It's going to take my bill down $15 a month. And that was okay in my mind. So we were in Cleveland, hour away. So inside the store, a fella that worked there took the chip out of his phone, put it in mine, make sure it was bring your own phone would work, and it did. So we proceeded with the process. I told the girl it was a $300 plan for a year, paid all up front, made it $25 a month. So she looks it up, she says, well, it looks like it's more data than you're telling me. And I said, well, if that's the case, so be it. I'll take more. Who doesn't want more, right? Well, more ended up being a tablet plan. So they turned the phone into a tablet. Really nice of them. They ported over my number. And you want to talk about a mess from there on out. 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. that day, I worked on trying to get my phone back to being a phone. And at that point, it no longer was a phone. Not only made a purchase $350 on the first purchase, but tech support said the way to fix it was to buy a second plan of $300 was what it was supposed to be. I made that via my phone because it did have internet at that time. Then, that didn't solve anything because they had to port over the SIM card to that plan. And only corporate could do that. So I said, corporate's the only one that can do it. I might as well do that on the road on the drive home. And the store didn't have a manager on site, so I couldn't get a refund. So I'm still actually without that refund this week. I don't know when I'll get back to it. I've called. Their number automatically forwards to corporate. Really nice setup. So, later that day, on the drive home, guy couldn't get the SIM card to work. He says, just stop into a store. They'll make a new SIM card, register it right to your account. You'll be up and running. Well, of course, I go to my local store here. It doesn't happen that way. As soon as they scan the new SIM card, my phone stops working completely. Does not recognize their network. I cannot call customer support, which is that simple 611. So I am using their house phone for 3 hours. The girl that was working there stayed over a half hour. God bless her. And I still got nowhere. So that was Sunday into Monday. Have no phone. Working on it, calling, using coworkers' phones on break. I get nowhere. In the process, I knew that the Verizon plan would cycle on the next day. So I was like, we really need to get something accomplished so that I can get the plan corrected. So meanwhile, while I was doing all this, I did set up my daughter's account. And her plan was working, but it wasn't fully operational because I'm using Red Pocket. Takes a little bit of time through them. They have a fairly inexpensive plan, but if you're willing to pay for a year, you can get a year's worth of service on just the talk and text for a child, like $8 a month if you bring your own phone. Can't beat that. I don't need my daughter to have data. I just need her to be able to call when she gets off the bus if there's something wrong. I got home Monday. I put in her SIM card into my phone. I was thinking, well, let's see if I can use her service on my phone. Because the other phone's not that great. It was an old S5 Samsung. And if any of you know, the technology is getting out of date. So anyhow, put it in, phone works flawlessly. So it tells me that my phone's not an issue. And not only that, because AT&T told me on Sunday night that Verizon had locked the phone. So the only way to fix it was for me to call Verizon. And Verizon told me that was not the case. So when I stuck the other SIM card in and it worked, now I was on a third company. And I knew that it worked that way. And the prior to being in Verizon, I had it through Sprint and I had it through another company. So I knew that the phone was unlocked because they were telling me, oh, is it unlocked? Is it unlocked? Yes, the phone was unlocked. So I took the phone back to Verizon. They imported the number back over, set up the new plan. I was good to go. I walk out, I've got service. I get up the next morning and I knew there might be an issue with my wife's phone because I had moved the plan just slightly. Sure enough, her phone has no service. So call tech support 6:30 in the morning before work. They don't open. Live support does not operate until 8 a.m. I left her a message because I had to get out the door. She doesn't get the message until she actually reactivates her phone on the prepay. Not only that, she had to pay $80. The system was forcing her to pay $80. And they wanted to pay for her line and my line. Well, I paid for my line the night before. So we had to get that corrected. And she calls me just shortly after 8 and tells me this. I was like, okay, well, I told her, I said, I was on the line with Verizon. I'll fix it because I was trying to fix her phone. She said that she'd already fixed it, obviously. So I go out, do my job. I come in for next break. My phone is deader than a doornail. No service. I call back Verizon and they saying it's a glitch. So I go through the system, setting it back up. Half hour later, phone comes back online. We're now equal again. Everybody's happy. But in this process, I had a credit with Verizon because we always put money ahead. And I couldn't figure out why my wife's phone had definitely died. They ate that credit. That credit was in the value of $300. So I was paid 3 months ahead technically. So now I'm in a fight with them to get that money back. The kicker of it is I didn't take the primary line, which was my wife's, so the money should still be there, but they're saying that I put it in under my account. I said, well, that's funny. If it's just my account, then why was it allowing to charge her account and keep her account up to date? Big fight this has been. All said and done, I was out about $1,500 from Sunday morning to Tuesday morning. Then proceeded to get some of this money back. I did cancel the one charge for $300 for the plan. That's already showed back up. I haven't seen the second plan charge, so working follow it, and I got to get the other $350 back from AT&T, but that's a store problem, so I don't know when I'll get to that. But at least they're all on visas. So now I'm just working on the credit. We get reinstated from Verizon, which is probably going to be some sort of work. So I still have the cards. They registered the numbers off of them. They sent it away. We'll see what Verizon Corporate will do. Of course, if this doesn't work, next step's Better Business Bureau, and usually that gets a pretty good response. We'll just wait and see what happens. Needless to say, life's been rather stressful and not so pleasant because of one minor mistake. But I hope your week's going better. Hope your summer's not flying by too fast, and hope all your projects turn out well. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. Hope you like, subscribe, and I got a nice video coming of a campground we visited last week before this. Just been really occupied with other things. Take care. Bring him up on shore. Oh, he's probably about 16 inches or so. What do you think?